Crazy.
I know you was ready. All right, y'all. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the City Kids podcast.
Yes,
I'm here.
sir.
I'm here for the second interview with Myles T Jordan. Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How everything been going, man?
Shit, it's been smooth. Everything been smooth right now. Just dropped the tape. Just came out a few days ago. Shit has been flowing.
Yeah, man. I'm loving it. When you played the tape for me the day before it came out,
The listening party, yeah.
the listening party, and I was just listening to it, and I was like, when we got I think it was Smooth Cat.
Smooth cat.
I was like, damn, bro, like this the one, bro. Like this is like, I was like, this is the one that's gonna move, bro. It's gonna move.
That's the one. So far, there's only just like 3 days. So far, that's the one people been telling me, like, hey, I really fuck with Smooth Cat. Like that shit.
Yeah, man.
That shit ride.
But before we get into like now, bro, let's talk about the Miles before the music. Let's talk about the AU Miles, bro.
Shit.
The YMCA Miles.
Well, let me see, on track, what was it, Dope King, when I said I had hoop dream, you know what I'm saying, I used to play basketball. That was the first dream. Most people don't really know that. Like you've been there since like sixth grade, so like the first dream. That was basketball and shit. And used to play in a circuit with my boy Justin, and Walt and Taj and all of them. And since the pandemic happened, like a lot of shit that was going through my head with basketball, like shit don't really seem like it's going in that path. That music was coming up, like I was making stuff with Walt and them. I was like, music looked like that's the path I need to be taking.
I feel like it's more like your focus. Like
Yeah.
basketball is like, you feel like you was forced to do basketball?
Not for like, I feel like I didn't have fun playing it. Like I was just playing. I
I was
didn't
just playing because it's like, it's basketball.
Yeah, like that's something I just grew up playing. Like
Yeah.
I seen Kobe and all of them. I was like, damn, I want to do that shit. It's not something I was like, oh, I got to dream. Like I got to chase that shit. I got to get that. Like it's not something that was like that.
So you mentioned Kobe and with Kobe passing. Me personally, I know you was a big Kobe fan. Like, how did that did that impact your music or any type of way?
A little bit. I made that song. Oh, they don't know about that. It's unreleased, but 2-4. That's a little bit about Kobe, but it's also about some other stuff too. But I made that, just to show respect. Like the impact that he put on me, and like you said, yourself and other folks. Like that was crazy. Like, dang, and his daughter.
Yeah, Kobe passing is like, I wasn't even like a big Kobe fan, but it's like you kind of feel like you lost a relative.
Yeah,
bro.
like that's.
It was like, dang. Like,
Rest in peace, Kobe.
yeah, rest in peace, Kobe, for sure.
It's,
All right, so I want to talk about Love Jones.
Wait, let me ask you a question though. Have you seen Love John?
I haven't seen the show. I
Nigga.
mean, the movie. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie. No, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but watch it. But in the song Love Jones, you tell us how. So you tell us how Leafy, which is a mutual friend of ours, narrated the album. She did a phenomenal job on that.
Man, big up to Lee because
Big ups.
man, I'm pretty sure she's gonna watch this. I was at work and I was just like thinking of like how I want to do the album for real, the ending, like the outro, I want to end this shit. Cause I want to really go out with like a bang, and I want the whole story to really be told. So I was like, let me get Leafy. Let me see. He said she'll narrate on the song one time, but I didn't do it. I said it's like 3:00. I texted her, yo, you trying to narrate on this album? She's like, hey, she was quick with it. It was like 5 seconds. I was like, damn, that shit was meant to be. Like she was supposed to do that.
It was raw too. Like it was like, it wasn't like, all right, we need this to be absolutely perfect. It was like, okay. It was like, to me, listening to her, like when she said over again, it's like you wanted that to be in there. You wanted people to know this wasn't all in one take. This wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And then I think it was Love. It was either Love Jones or Calling Me. It was it might have been Exhale or Baggett's Claim. When she was like, she kept going, and she was like, nah, this one I like. And it was like,
Oh, so Miles, how it was?
yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so that's my man Walt Dreams. Go check him out too. He dropped his first single.
Make sure y'all check that
Dr.
out.
Raleigh. Yes, sir.
We definitely gonna get him on here too.
Hell yeah, got to. But so Miles, how was? So that's transitioning to so how was the date? You know what I'm saying? I was going into talking to me and saying, Leafy said, asking me how was the date? I told her I was at the club and shit, talking to the girls and all that. So now she said I was a date. And so now, what was you saying? You were saying,
So like, I was really saying like, what made you like want to keep all that in there? Because you hear most narrations and you hear it to a T. You hear just that one part perfect, like performed perfectly. They gonna keep doing it until it's
yeah,
that perfect sound. But you wanted like that rawness, like we did this take multiple times. We gonna put multiple takes in here so y'all see it, y'all hear it.
it's actually it's a reason. So, I'm, you know me, you know the old Myles, you know how it was with ladies and shit like that. So the way that I'm glad. That's why I say Leafy big up because the way she did it was organic. She did it perfect. It was like it was supposed to happen. The way she said it, you know, like you said, you like the last one where she said, "So how was the date?" And then she was like, "Ugh, I don't like that one." That second one.
Yeah.
That's me really responding to her own self saying, "How was the date the first one? How was the date the second one? I didn't really like that one. The last one, how was the date? You see how she said it? I like that one. That was the one I like." And then that just it transitioned into the next song.
Yeah. All right, now when we first had you, when I first interviewed you, I think you had just dropped Slim.
Yeah.
Slim the EP. If y'all haven't heard that, make sure y'all go listen to that. What has changed from Slim to now? Like your mindset and how you approach making music.
Wait, did you interview Only for the Real?
No. When I interviewed you, Slim had just came out. So it was like I think you had two other projects. Yeah, you had two other projects out. I can't remember the name, but you had two other projects out. Interlude. And then the anthem. Well, the anthem was a single.
11, 15 and take.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now that's crazy. I feel like now it's like I told Taj this. Like, y'all know Taj, you know Taj. Y'all know Taj. He watching this shit too. I told him. I told him I was like, as I started making music, like we listen to music every day. Like as we grow up and we learn shit, listen to music. We just listening to it. As I started making music, I started listening to like the background, like the trumpets, the piano, like that one key. That shit really creates the whole song. So as I'm making music, I'm really listening to sounds that's like it's intriguing to the person that they gonna really hear and like, damn, what was that shit? So they can hear it back and shit. So as I make music now, it's just flowing. If I'm fucking with it, I'm gonna flow.
You think you would say you more musically inclined now?
That's the whole tape. I freestyle dumb shit. Like, hold on, I'm dead ass. I got the names on it, but the notes I probably wrote down one line just to start the whole shit. But see, look, I don't even have all the damn. I probably wrote down a little bit, and I just freestyled the whole shit. This probably the one. No, this is just a little bit, and I did that one whole. Like I was literally just in the zone. Like I was going in. That shit was.
That's crazy that you like you said like you freestyled that because the first time we sat down and I think I asked you like the process if you write or you freestyle and you was like you gotta write and now it's like you able to make a whole album freestyling.
Yeah, see, I think what was it? What was the tape? Slim. I was just sitting down writing lyrics. I was thinking about that shit. I feel like I was thinking too hard, putting like certain words together. With this, I was just that shit was like I knew I knew the topic, so I already knew the words. The words was coming out. That's how that shit was coming.
Hey, so I gotta talk about this song.
Oh shit.
The Paris song.
Fuck that bitch with Paris.
Okay, so I know a little bit about it, man, but the views, man, like what was the process of that song?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I told y'all the story, so y'all can take that in that way. But honestly, anybody can take it in like any way. Like if you want to fuck a bitch in Paris, fuck that bitch in Paris. It's just like it's shit like you could. I made this song to where like you can take it in multiple ways that you thinking or what you want. But for me, like you said, so I was on Instagram one day, probably like 4 or 5 months ago, and I seen an explore page. seen this girl. Damn, she bad. You know me, I'm not slid in it. Mm-hmm. She ain't got no location on her picture and nothing. You know, she gonna see this shit. Fuck her. She ain't got no location on her picture, so I'm like, okay. But her background looked like it's Charlotte a little bit. Yeah. So I slid. Okay, we talking about a month or two. She's like, so yeah, when you gonna come see me? This weekend. All right, so you gonna get a ticket? Like, we gonna get on the plane? I'm like, man, what you mean get on the plane? She's like, oh yeah, I live in Paris. I said, yo, hey, what you mean you live in Paris? She's like, yeah, I live in Paris. Oh, I cut that shit. So about a week or two ago, I'm in the car just chilling, listening to music, listening to beats. And she texts me, I'm just on my phone. I'm smoking, you know. She texts me, I'm like, fuck that bitch. Boom. That's how I made the song. That's how I came. That same night. Like that shit was, it came so smooth. Like I was like, nah.
All right, so also I'm gonna go back to Love Jones. You talked about this is just the beginning, and you got another album for this series coming. Three. So you got 3 series. So you got a series, 3 albums. Four total.
You know the series. The series is called the Loverboy Tapes. Excuse me. And we got the parts. You know, part 1 is let's start like this. See, that's why it's called Let's Start Like This. J. Cole, the warm up. I'm not gonna say, you know, he inspires me. So
yeah, it's
kind of like
that.
Let's
reference.
I'm warming y'all up to like, hey, this is the first tape, but after this tape, what?
Definitely make
after
sure
that
y'all
tape is crazy.
Make sure y'all definitely ready because
be ready for that.
That second tape,
that's what I'm
saying. I heard it.
So that's yeah. So I'm not like. I mean, yeah, you know, you take after your idols. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I kind of see him, like, okay, you got the warm-up. That's what he started out with. So
kind of, like, pick ideas off of what they...
And then you do it your own way, you know? So, yeah, start like this. And shit gonna be... They gonna understand it when shit come out.
So, on the way here, I was listening to Baggage Claim. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want to pick your brain far as to, like... What is the meaning to you of like Baggage Claim? Like what was like the inspiration for Baggage Claim?
Well, you know that's me in the beginning. That's me. It's just pitched up, but like that's I feel like that's just like as I was going to tell a story about like me talking to these girls, you know, at the club and how was the date and shit like that. So now I'm going back to like thinking about my past, like all the exes. I got a lot of baggage claim, like that shit that's left, baggage that's left in the back, you know, that people didn't pick up. That's a lot of shit that's on your back.
On your back,
You're holding that shit. So it's like, then I say, I got baggage claim. How are you holding on, man? That's me talking to myself, like, how you doing? Like, how you holding up, you know, with all this shit on your back, you know? So I'm like, how you holding on, man? I thought I broke your heart, you know, shit like that. Talk about this. So the Love Jones, so you never seen Love Jones?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. That's a great 90s movie. Great love movie if you like love basketball. The Photograph, that's a great movie to watch. So you know, Love Jones is this guy, he writes poetry. Mm-hmm. This girl, Nia Long. She and Lorenzo Tate, dude of the Menace Society.
He was in Power.
Yeah. yeah. So he goes to this poetry slam, and you know I did a poetry slam for my shit back in the day. And he go to this poetry slam, he see me alone, like, damn, she bad. Now I don't know, this nigga smooth as hell. He already had this poem on his head. He told a poem to her, and he got her. And that's how I'm telling you that in the story. Like that's how I told you. She said, "How was the date?" So I took her out. Down and down, find it down. I know I'm gonna get you right back. I'm probably gonna write you a poem, spit it for you like that. It's just going with Love Jones. And I say, let's just sit down.
So let's talk about Charlotte and the Charlotte music. I feel like it's just now getting to where like Charlotte artists are starting to be with Charlotte artists.
Yeah, that's nice.
And like
You talking about like connecting?
like yeah, connecting doing music together and things of that nature. So like, how do you feel about that? You know, being an artist and having when you started, it was like I would say like I wouldn't because you know you obviously got like the babies,
Yeah.
you know, the bigger Charlotte rappers,
yeah.
and then you got the people that's you know in the local area. You kind of started, I would say, you was the first person that I knew of that was locally starting to rap.
Yeah.
And then it's like, now you you started from, how can I say this? So you started from where everybody's wanting to do their own thing.
Find
to now,
sound and shit.
now where it's like, oh, you rap too? Let's do something. How do you feel about that?
I feel like, well, you know, like when I started, I was coming in like fresh. Like I didn't really know nobody. I knew like our gang. You know, I knew Tommy. You know, and Tommy knew people that did music. Like you know, Big Head.
Mm-hmm.
So like I dropped the first single, the anthem. You know, that got some good buzz. People was fucking with it. Then, you know, Joe he talked to Tommy and he was like, yo, you gotta do something. Like you gotta connect that. And you know MBM. Y'all know MBM Mud Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Boom. That's how that happened. And then after that, hella artists, I just like started connecting with. You know A Artison?
A artist. I heard of him.
Dark skin, he is a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Connected with him. Hopefully do some music with him in the future. Whole bunch of art. Adrian, Bowser's. Like hella artists just started popping up, and I'm like, damn, it's like way more people that really do music and that sound good that you can really work with and make it sound with.
Yeah.
I might get you exclusive. I'm gonna think about that. But yeah. I think it's a good thing to see, especially in Charlotte. The city is growing.
It is. It's growing. It's growing into like that Atlanta almost.
Yeah,
almost.
It's coming into its own.
Yeah,
like for real. Like
it is. It's not just like, not even just like the downtown, but like the culture.
and I see it's a lot of people that's like leading the way in certain shit. Like you got some people. I'm not gonna say me yet because I'm not in that lane yet. But you got some people that's leading the way in music. You know who Ruben Vincent is? He came out of Myers Park. He rapped with Rhapsody. He a big name, right? He came out of Charlotte though. But you know, you got like the baby. They leading that path with the music right now. You got Luke. And they got Betty's Ford. Leading the path with the music right now. Then you got the fashion. You got Tommy and them with MBM, the brand. You got you don't know E, but you know he got his own clothing brand. And you got people like you doing your own shit with the entertainment, the podcast. You got people that's leading the way in Charlotte. So the people behind them is like, okay.
Yeah, especially man, like I feel like everything that's going on in Charlotte can help. It benefits everybody, like you were saying. The fashion and music. It's always been like a, you know what I'm saying, a connection. And then it's like with the podcast interviews, it's like, all right, my favorite, somebody watching this, favorite rapper is you. They want to get to know you more. They want to get to know you more as on the interview level than just like I gotta wait for them to drop type stuff like that. So
they want to know who I really am.
They want to know who you are. So that's why I feel like it's coming together, and it's like everybody seeing the like who brings to the table, who brings what to the table. People starting to realize, all right, I can't do everything on my own. He's upcoming. He still need help. I need help. We can help each other.
And that's another thing. It's like it's a lot of positive movement too. Like people seeing people doing shit, and they like, damn, that nigga doing good. They not saying, damn, I wish I could do that. Nah, they saying that nigga doing good. Let me talk to him and ask him, hey, how you doing that? How can I apply that to myself and shit? Like that shit really coming up. I see that shit coming.
All right, y'all. So that's all the time we have for today. Make sure y'all
sir.
go get the tape. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify now.
Spotify, SoundCloud.
It's everywhere now. Everywhere now. So make sure y'all go ahead and get it. I'll make sure to link it in the description. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is Myles T Jordan. Thank you for coming on, man.
Oh yes.
Pleasure having you, and you know it's gonna be back again once the second album drop.
In the comments, let me know. Like, I know y'all listened to the first tape. Let me know when y'all want to hear the second part. Like, hey, y'all want to keep hearing the story? Let me know. What's up? We can drop it next month. Next year, January. I don't know.
All right, but yeah, make sure y'all go tap in social medias.
Myles T Jordan, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You know, that's all that. You know what I'm saying?
TikTok, man. TikTok been
Hell yeah, TikTok blowing up.
TikTok been blowing up. But yeah. All right, y'all. So that's all we gonna have for this episode. Myles T Jordan, City Kids Podcast. Make sure y'all go follow him. It's Myles T Jordan everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all go follow City Kids Podcast. If you're on this channel, all you gotta do is just go to the description. And I will see you guys on the next episode.
All right.